Penn South is a middle-income housing development built between 59 and 62, opened up officially in 1962. President Kennedy was at the original dedication. Our community is made up of largely working class folks. We've had a very rich history over the years of remaining affordable. We're still providing affordable housing for people of moderate income. It was probably back in around 2010 to 11 that we started to recognize that we had very serious problems with our HVAC system. We were discovering that in certain buildings, the main lines that were providing the heat and air cooling would rupture, and when a pipe would rupture, very serious flooding would occur within the building. Often before we could shut off the system, it might have destroyed 20 or 25 apartments. A whole line of apartments in some cases would have been saturated. So it became apparent that the only thing that we really could do was to replace the system.
This is an occupied renovation of the HVAC system. It's a complete demo of all the existing mains, risers, branch lines, and fan coil units which feed the heating and air conditioning. Traditionally, we work in unoccupied new construction or unoccupied renovation. This is completely different.
The mechanical work requires us to go into each and every apartment a multiple of times for 8 to 10 different tasks. It starts with the removal of the old piping, the demolition as we call it. The next task is the installation of the new piping, the branch lines, and then the third piece of that is the installation of the fan coil unit, and then there's a series of fire stopping that has to be put around the pipes, and then we have to start the process of sealing back up the wall, touching up the wall, and making sure that everything is painted to restore the apartment. It's a very challenging project because all of our apartments are occupied.
Last summer we did 2 buildings, and this year we're doing the same. The last 3 buildings on Penn South will be renovated. First thing in the morning we'll put down a protection and make sure that nobody's property gets damaged. This is a unique job, as people are here, and they are seeing our work be done, so we don't want to damage any of their property. For the most part, we get great feedback from the people in the buildings. They say everyone's they're gentlemen, they care about their personal space.
I've seen a significant amount of respect that the 638 personnel have for our people, understanding that the greater number of them are senior citizens. And I think it's a nice warm interaction, and we've had 2 years of it now, which has been positive, and I expect that it'll be the same going forward.
The biggest thing that stood out for me here was the overall morale and the communication between the residents and our workers. It was almost like now that we've been here for a few months, we see people in the hallway. How you doing, Mrs. Jones? Good morning. They offer us donuts and coffee. You became like part of the family here. Penn South really brings you in and makes you a part of their culture.
We're told very conservatively that 50 years is a life on this type of copper piping, and it probably will far exceed 50 years. So there's good news all around. It's a much more efficient system. The shareholders will benefit from the fact that the units work better, they're more efficient, the quality of life will be improved in the apartments. Fortunately, this is something that we can put to bed and be done with for 50+ years.